Hey guys, welcome out to the range. Today I'm going to do something that I've been doing for quite some time and just really, I don't know if I've ever actually done a video on it. This is a PT hostage target from Action Targets. I've had this one and his brother 2009, 2010, something like that. So we're talking 16 years or so, I don't know, 16 or 17 years. I've had these forever. They have tens of thousands of rounds, if not hundreds of thousands of rounds at this point. I have no idea. It's obscene how many rounds these targets have seen. And I love them, love them, love them. They are so handy. The 6-inch, we're at 7 yards. The 6-inch lollipop is the hostage taker. The black face paint is the hostage. You can easily take that lollipop off if you want and just use the target itself, but I wouldn't, because where it has been welded above and below for the base stand and the swinger assembly, the steel is soft there, because when steel is welded, it loses its ability to suck up rounds. So there are considerable dings top and bottom, and I'm cool with that, because this is a training aid for handgun and or rifle. These are 550 Brunel through hardened steel, so that's the real deal stuff. Anyways, this 6-inch lollipop is a training aid that I have found to be second to none. And here's how I use it. You want to be specific and intentional about where you put a round in a hostage rescue situation. And I want you to picture your loved one there. Okay, I want you to picture that black plate is someone you love and you do not want to accidentally hit. I mean, like, I need you to like fully recognize that's someone you really care about. And I've got a 1-second timer on the clock. So it's basically muzzle up, 111. And what I'm doing is I'm shooting for the outer edge of that 6-inch plate, not just dead center of the 6-inch plate, but I'm trying to put a bullet in a very specific spot on that 6-inch lollipop. So as you can see, the first shot was an outer edge hit. And the second hit should also be an outer edge hit. Yeah, a little closer to the inside. Basically what I'm going for is anything that is this half of the lollipop. That's what I'm looking for. I want a very, very specific hit. The reason I'm doing this is I recently had had this slide that I've had forever, and I sent it back to Doug Presson, who did the initial machining work on it 2014, I think it was, so a decade ago. It's had stacks and stacks of cases of ammo run through the thing, and I love it. I've lost track of how many classes I've run with this, how many training sessions I've run with this slide, and it's shown very little wear. So I sent it back to Doug, and he cut it to accept the RMR, and it's beautiful. And he also recoated it with the Magpul OD green that I like. So basically, when you change anything, you must go back out and train. It's not because, let me put it this way. People think Glocks are Glocks are Glocks. Yeah, but everyone has a slight variation. This is the same frame I've been using, but the dynamics of this slide are different than the slide that I was using, the one from AIM Surplus. The recoil impulse is different, even though this is an RMR 04, like the one that I was using on the other handgun. This is a brand new one. It actually lights differently. The fiber optic bundle behaves a little bit differently than the other one. So I'm retraining my hands and my eyes to it. You're asking a lot in 1 second. And you're not starting here. You're starting here in a muzzle up ready position. So this position right here is feet spread out very wide, and the backs of my arms are actually tucked in really tight and pressed against the abdominal wall so that I have physical control over this gun. And you notice I throw it out really fast, because from here to here needs to be as fast as you can get it, and then all of a sudden it's, so basically it's fast, 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 slow. Nope, that's a little too far on the inside. Yeah, that's a little too far on the inside. Now the beauty of it is, that is still a flippin' good shot. Well, this next one was .97, but I'm guessing the other one was pretty much the same thing. This is a really good shot for being 7 yards away from this guy. And remember, this is not a full head. This is 6 inches, which is essentially eyes and about mouth area. So you're putting a shot in a very specific area doing this. .10 flat. Oh, slow down, Abner. The other issue I'm having, which is why I'm doing this, is this being a Glock 17. I know it looks like a Glock 19 in my hands. I'm 6'4", I have massive hands, and I run out of handgun. Like, seriously, like, this gun is already bordering on a little too small for me. But I like the Glock 17 because it is the ubiquitous Glock. It is the gun where you can go pretty much anywhere in the world, find a Glock 17, find parts for a Glock 17. It is the gun that I have a lot of mileage with, and I really don't want to change and get away from it. I used to have a Glock 21, which is a 45 caliber. Oh my God. That gun is beauty. It's known as Glockzilla. The Glock 20 and 21, which are 10mm and 45, are the Glockzillas. I love them. They're beautiful. They're a perfect fit for my hands. Unfortunately, I could never find anything. All the cool stuff, all the fun toys are made for the Glock 17. So that's why I trained myself to go back, or not really back, to go to the Glock 17 size. I mean, when I was a cop, I was issued a Glock 22, which is essentially a Glock 17. And it was okay. By the way, I hate 40 cal. Man, it hits like a freight train. .97. I saw where that hit. That's on the outer edge, which is good. 104. Yeah. With all honesty, yeah, that was .97. With all honesty, I'm thinking that either I need to up the time just a touch to like 1.1, or keep working it, because I'm making my times. I'm trying to keep those shots on the outer edge, but you get the point. There is absolutely no better way to train your mind and your eyes and your body to do a certain task in a certain given period of time. Within 300 milliseconds of witnessing the hit on the steel, and that's everything from seeing, hearing, feeling, because sometimes you do get hit by bullet fragmentation and gravel. Seeing, hearing, and feeling the hit, your brain creates a new neural pathway and labels it success. And 300 milliseconds is the eyelids blinking. That's fast, guys. Like, I mean, we're not just talking about just witnessing the hit. We're talking about, like, you've witnessed it and your brain has created a new file for it and has then labeled it as a successful file. And that is the majesty of God's creation. So I love steel because it trains you faster than any other medium. And I always make sure people understand what I'm talking about. If you fire 10 rounds, and let's say you're doing bullseye shooting, you fire 10 rounds, and you got 2 bullseyes, which one of those two shots out of 10, what were the bullseyes? Was it shot number 2 or shot number 9? You don't know, because you fired 10 rounds. And there was not a single time that target spoke to you differently. Every single time you shot that target and you hit that target, you know, we're talking all 10 rounds hit that target. But 2 of those bullets hit bullseye, center punch. You don't know which of the 2 was it. When you do this, the target is really clear. If I shoot and I miss, I get a bang. If I shoot and I hit, I get a bang ping, and then motion. Which is why this is even better than just bang ping, because I'm also getting the satisfaction of actually watching a physical effect. So if there's one target you're going to buy, just one, make it that one. And these suckers are not cheap, and they are not light. These are very, very heavy targets that are designed to be static. This thing can stand there in gale force winds, because I used to live on Signal Mountain, Tennessee, which makes its own weather. Signal Mountain is its own thing. And I had crazy winds up there, and these targets never fell over. Everything else I had would get knocked over. These guys never fell over. And so you're talking in high wind and relatively wet weather, you can still get the spray paint to stick to that lollipop, or even better, you don't really have to, because the target plate is black, and unless you're just, you know, grazing it every once in a while, you don't have to paint it. Because at this level of shooting that I'm doing, meaning my level of training, I typically don't miss to that degree where I'm hitting the hostage. Don't hit the hostage. But that lollipop generally stays gray-white because lead oxidizes gray-white. So technically, you don't even have to paint that lollipop because you get enough hits on it. Because I come out here with other people, so that sucker gets covered in hits. So you don't really even have to paint that thing. Just come out here and work with it. Work your angles. Work your body positions. And you will get a lot of use out of that target. That's what I've got for you guys. 0.91. So good. So maybe I will leave it at 1 second and just put the work in. So anyways, that's what I've got for you guys today. Thank you so much for your support of tier1citizen.com. It keeps me independent from corporate intrusion, and my goodness, there's a lot of it. Thank you for watching this video. God bless you all. Get those guns out and practice. Have a good one.